marks a tradition. It's our Christmas, birthdays, holidays, all of that for us. The anticipation's quite incredible. This place just draws you here.
Hey there, how are you? This Indy 500 is more special because we've all had a year of COVID, and we're back. Gentlemen, stop your engine!
Give me 1 minute, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. I forget that there are women that watch me. I'm getting my stream on my phone right now. I'll read your comments as soon as I can. There we go. Hey, Lori. Hold on, I'm getting dressed.
Excitement watching them go 230 miles an hour makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. They're on the edge of disaster.
One moment.
A lot of good memories. I've been asked from time to time, why would a blind person go?
You are not going to believe this, but it's race day here in North Carolina, and it's fucking cool outside. It's May. I'm going to the 600, and it's fucking cool outside. It's like 60 degrees, cloudy, and breezy. Explain that. I love it, personally. I am really loving it. Well, let's watch. Before I have to head out, we're going to watch some of the Indy 500. And react to that. I won't be able to sit here for all of it because we got to head down there. We got to head over to the track around 2:30. It'll take about an hour and a half to get there, and we want to shop around. So I won't be here for the whole Indy 500, but most of it. I'm cooking my lunch right now. I'm getting dressed. I'm talking to you. Multitasking. I heard Alan Bestrick's sweet voice when I woke up today.
On the pole position, alongside two guys representing the youth movement. Back to Will Power and the only woman in the race, Simona Di Silvestro on the last row. What are we looking for today? Because there's stories everywhere, and you always tell me about patience. How much are we going to see of it?
Well, listen, patience will get you to the end of this race, but urgency is what you need to win this race. Over the course of the next 500 miles, the drivers have a ton of decisions to make. A lot of situations they'll encounter. The key is, what's the right mentality? Patience or urgency to get yourself to victory lane? That's the magic balance.
How about the champions, the multi-time winners in the field, Paul?
Tell you what, I've had the pleasure in my career of racing almost all of these guys except one. Guys like Montoya, Dixon, Hunter, Ray,
Juan Pablo Montoya.
These guys know how to win races. They know how to win 500-mile races. But there is a young bunch of guys that are eager to knock these.
I don't know who to
guys
cheer
off the
for
draw,
here.
So it's going to be an exciting day.
I like. There's not an IndyCar driver that I really dislike. I tend to really like all these guys.
Let's go trackside. We kick things off with Marty Smith.
Maybe it's because I'm a filthy casual and I don't know any better.
At the beginning of this race, how about row 4 on the inside, Alexander Rossi, who has shown a willingness to make crazy moves. Only problem is he starts on the inside in 10th. He told me last night, oh, trust me, I'll find the outside very quickly. And
What do you mean page not found? Show me a fucking leaderboard, please.
7 on the outside, Joseph's Newgarden black and white number 2 car. That's where he will go from. He's
Trying to get us a leaderboard up, do this NASCAR style.
He knows that the Indy 500 puts you on the map in IndyCar, Kelly Stavis.
This year marks the 50th year that a driver with the last name Andretti has raced
Time and
the
scoring. There we go.
Indy 500. It is the 60th
Durr, I'm
straight
blind.
year for Marco Andretti, and once again, he will try to reverse the Andretti curse.
I told you guys I'd stream last night or today. I really couldn't stream last night. I was too damn tired.
Grandfather Mario won here back in 1969, Kevin Lee.
Kelly, this is the third Indy 500 for Colton.
So I
Herta.
apologize.
He's 21 years old, so he would still be the youngest to ever win this race. He told me my car is
But I'm
the
here
local
now.
league.
I got sleepy last night and passed out early. And I really do not feel like playing NASCAR Heat 5. I've been playing too much NASCAR 2005 on PS2 to go back and play shitty Heat 5. So we're just going to watch Indy 500 together instead. And we're going to like it. I'm going to enjoy this. I wish I could watch the whole race with you guys. I'll have to watch the last part of the race on my phone on the way to Charlotte. That's what I do every year now. I end up watching the last like 40 or 50 laps on my phone. But I'm good with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the Indianapolis
Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Jim Cornelison, accompanied by the Purdue All-American Marching Band. It's oh so good to be back home again in Indiana.
Yay! Did I tune in too early? Now, Back Home Again in Indiana is a good song. Be right back. Who wants to offer up a generous $20 donation for parking today at the racetrack? The Charlotte Motor Speedway charges 20 fucking bucks for parking. See a lot of familiar names on this 22 car. Well, the 22 that I can see on the leaderboard. I like their leaderboard better than the NASCAR.com leaderboard. Yeah, it's smaller, but I like this much better. If you can't see it, make sure you up the quality of your video. Although I'm sure most of you are watching yourselves. Hey, look at that, Nashville Fairgrounds, a racetrack in the middle of a residential area, and nobody fucking complains. How about that shit? There's Roger Dodger. Man's a hero.
All you loyal fans in attending the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500, thank you for being so loyal. I also want to thank the men and women in the military, our first responders, our health cares that have made our country safe and secure the last year. You are the ones that make this the greatest spectacle in racing. Drivers, start your engines!
It's time to roll. Like I said, I wish I could watch the whole thing with you guys. I'm actually in the mood to do that today, but I just can't. I gotta run.
Boss Baby is back.
So I went to bed last night. I was falling asleep from about 10 to 12. I didn't really go to bed till about 15 after 12. And then guess what? I woke up at 4:30. And I got up for a couple of hours. And I played NASCAR 2005 and watched part of the 2011 Coca-Cola 600. I was at that race. I had that playing while I was playing the game. Then around 7, I laid back down and was like, I should probably try to force another nap. And I did, and I slept till about 40 minutes ago. So I feel well rested and ready to roll. I knew waking up at 4 this morning was a mistake, but I had no choice. I woke up and felt like I needed to get up. And I said, great, I'm up at 4 and the race ain't till 6 tonight. But it's working out in the end. Got my lunch cooking right now. I'm just having these like spicy chicken patty things. Some nourishment before I head to the race. To try to keep me from spending money on food. I want to be a tight ass today with my money, hopefully, unless I see a diecast that I really want, which is a possibility. I hope I don't. But we're going to go looking anyway. Here's a chance to get a car and not have to pay for shipping. Although shout out to that last guy, the one that sold me the red 88 Exalta car. Free shipping on that deal. That was a pleasure doing business with him, whoever that was. Oh, my hair looks fantastic today, by the way. Thank you for asking.
Let's show you on the Firestone starting grid. Who we're starting with, you know that the six-time series champion Scott Dixon's on the pole, alongside the youngsters, 21-year-old American Colton Herder and Rinus VK. The Dutch kid is the youngest to ever start on the front row in this sport's history. So as they roll, now form up. All the talk is over. They're almost ready to go racing as we go to the Peacock Pit Box. Yeah, thanks, Lee. Jimmy and I have been down here really for the past 2 weeks. It started with qualifying, led into pre-race ceremonies. Now the cars are pacing. I can't wait for the start of the Indianapolis 500. We got a little bit. We got our man Jimmy here, shares the car with Tony Kanaan. He's agreed to talk to us. I think this is so special.
Jimmy Jam. Look, it's Indycar driver Jimmy Johnson. You think this guy's going to have a future in auto racing? Indycar driver Jimmy Johnson. Tony Kanaan.
That event in August might be your last.
My man.
Here you are for your 20th start. Fans in the stands.
I love TK.
Thank you, my friend. Have a great day.
So awesome that Tony would take the time. Take me in the cockpit. This place is unlike any other as you come on.
That was some NASCAR shit there. Let's bug a guy on the radio just before the race.
Man, there is no view like turning off of turn 4, looking down the front straightaway of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And at the very end of that straightaway,
Jimmy Johnson is a multiple-time Indianapolis winner.
that corner looked in a NASCAR vehicle at 180, 190 miles an hour. I can't imagine what these guys are thinking.
There's Steve Letarte. I just realized. Because I've barely been paying attention. I'm getting my shit together for when I have to leave later. Uh-oh. Willpower had no power. Hear that? Willpower had no power. How about this? A race starting before 1 o'clock. Hey, NASCAR, maybe we should look into this. Hell, I wish the 600 were starting before 1 today. That'd be nice. I'd already be there. And if I wasn't, I'd be like, oh shit, I gotta get going. I think my pick for the 600 tonight is Chase Elliott. I feel like Chase is going to win it. I feel like Larson dominates, but Chase Elliott gets the win. Indy 500 here, how could you bet against Scott Dixon? Dude wins everything. But we know how the Indy 500 goes. Beautiful day.
63 degrees ambient, and the track temperature just a little under 100 degrees. But you know, we have to take stock of what we see right here.
I hope I can at least somewhat know what I'm talking about here. I've never live streamed an IndyCar race before. Like I said, I'm a casual IndyCar observer. I wish they would stop scheduling their races right in the middle of NASCAR races, or then I'd watch more. Dixon, Herta, VK on the front row. Ed Carpenter, Tony Kanaan, and Alex Pillow behind them. 3x3. Maybe NASCAR should look into 3x3x3 restarts for this fucking shitty aero package they have, huh? NASCAR, we have your next bullshit rule change. And we're off. No bullshit start rules in IndyCar. How refreshing. Dixon off into one. There was one set of cars 3 wide in turn 1 there. And I love watching them haul ass down this back straightaway. Wow, cars racing at Indy at high speeds with the ability to draft with each other. Why couldn't NASCAR ever figure that out? Colton Herta takes the lead into 3. Yeah, USA, USA. I was just about to say, yeah, Dixon dropping into 2nd there. I'm sure he didn't mind. Gets a pull down the front stretch here. Doesn't make a move. We've seen this race won and lost based on who leads the most and who saves the most gas. VK underneath Dixon down the back. God, that scares the shit out of me. I don't know why I'd be nervous. I'm watching Scott Dixon. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. 2 guys 6 and 7 years younger than me are leading the Indy 500. What am I doing with my life? And now, VK's going to take the lead. Dixon, Herta, and VK have all led so far. I love IndyCar broadcasts, by the way. It's so refreshing over most NASCAR bullshit. NASCAR and NBC usually does a pretty good job. Not surprised to see NBC doing IndyCar in such a good way. I hate that they're dropping out. I think they're dropping IndyCar at the end of the year. It is cold everywhere. They just said it's one of the coldest Indy 500s in years. It's 60 degrees and cloudy and windy here in the Carolinas for the 600 today. It's just bizarre. We caught a cold, not a cold spell, but we got lucky with our Memorial Day weather. We're not going to suffer today, and it's going to be great. I'm going to feel like I'm at the fall race at Charlotte today.
They're going to sit here now and get ready to try to save some fuel, T-Bell, and it's all going to be just jockeying, waiting for the first pit stop. 20 years old in the league.
This makes me sad that NASCAR could never race well at Indianapolis for the most part, well, in recent years, because it's such a great racetrack. And I'm going to enjoy the road course race, but watching these cars run the oval here is awesome.
They're safe from the craziness of the start. Now they want to get good fuel mileage and be able to stretch this first run as far as they can.
Go about 25 laps or so on gas, I believe, if my IndyCar fuel mileage knowledge remains true. Alexander Rossi's in the top 10. I like Rossi a lot. Every time I've watched IndyCar, Rossi shows out or does something. A lot of cool guys in that top 10. But I like Tony Kanaan in 5th. I'd kill to see Tony Kanaan win. Will Power, after having a pre-race scare, he's gained 7 spots. He's up to 25th. Can't believe Will Power barely qualified for this race. Man, I want to get iRacing so I can drive an IndyCar at Indianapolis. It looks so fun. What are we about to see the reverse trend? Is Jimmy Johnson starting the reverse trend that we saw in the mid-2000s? Remember in the mid-2000s it was IndyCar guys leaving IndyCar to come to NASCAR. Are we about to see NASCAR guys leaving NASCAR for IndyCar? I think the danger of IndyCar will kind of keep a lot of guys and their wives from letting them make that decision. But Brad Keselowski predicted something like that a couple of years ago when we started trending towards the lower horsepower. He said you're going to see guys looking to go elsewhere where they feel like they can showcase their talent. I guess I'm cheering for TK today in the 48. Now that's how you show replays, Fox. Look at that. They got the race in the bottom corner where you can still see it and the replay at the top of the screen. How about that? Look at that. Fox, can you please take notes? I hope everybody at Fox is watching this right now.
Exactly what Will Power needed. Up 7. He knew that he needed to make moves early. Well executed. So it's the sport's most recent winner leading the way.
VK, Herta, Dixon, Ed Carpenter, Tony Kanaan, the top 5. 9 laps in. Hey, look at that. They made it 9 laps. Hell, they're coming to lap 10 and they hadn't gone to commercial yet. 2 NASCAR races this weekend. They went to commercial after 6 laps. I tried to tell Dylan that Juan Pablo's racing and it put Joan Pablet. Joan Pablet, my favorite driver. See, that's the thing, Caden. The dangers of IndyCar on ovals. And Roger Penske has said that he'd like to get IndyCar on more ovals. He doesn't want it to just be street courses and road courses. He'd like to get some ovals in there because IndyCar on ovals is very exciting, but also very terrifying. Yeah, I'd love to see IndyCar back at Michigan. IndyCar at Michigan, the Charlotte Roval, New Hampshire, Phoenix. It's another good track. I mean, there's a bunch, but those are the ones that always come to my mind. IndyCar, Martinsville. I'm kidding. Could you imagine? I'm sure if somebody in iRacing could put that together. But yeah, IndyCar at Michigan's wild. I watched that iRacing event they did on Michigan last year that Dale Jr. was in. Dale Jr. finished 3rd. During the pandemic when I was actually watching a lot of iRacing. I watch the occasional iRacing deal now, but during the pandemic, we was jonesing for anything that resembled racing. Yeah, Juan Pablo is a 2-time winner of this race, if I'm not mistaken. 2000 and 2013 or 14. I can't remember. I think Juan Pablo's won it twice. My lunch is almost ready. I gotta remember, keep an eye on that. Elio tried to make a move on Tony Kanaan. He blocked him going into 3. Didn't recognize Elio Castroneves without the orange jumpsuit. But in any event, VK is still the leader. We're halfway through a fuel run. Boy, am I hungry. I cannot wait to eat here in a minute. Nah, IndyCar, Talladega, or Daytona would be insanity. But Michigan, they've done it before with tragic results, but it would make Michigan seem like a much better track than it is currently. IndyCar puts on such a good show on ovals. They've strayed a little too far away from ovals. They don't have enough now. Is the race audio loud enough? I'll turn it up a little. For some reason, NBC seemed kind of quiet today. I have Sirius Radio on my phone. Gets me through my shitty job at Ingalls.
cars. It's the number 60 pink and black car. You're on board with them here.
I'm going to be here for about the next hour and a half. If you're just joining, around 2:30, I'm heading out to Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll watch the remainder of the Indy 500 on my phone. But for the next hour and a half, I'm here. Ron Hunter-Ray in 7th, laying in the weeds. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta go grab my food.
Such a great job as you see the driver's age of the current running order. Reminder, youngest ever winner, Troy Ruttman, age 22. A record could be broken today with some of these young guns, Paul. But again, I point to the vets. The guys in their 40s, they're sitting right there, saving gas, saving their energy, and saving their moment for the end. Yeah, plenty happy to let the youngsters sit out front.
Two 20-year-olds leading the race, but the plus 40 class is well represented in this top 10. The problem at Las Vegas, Caden, wasn't that they ran Las Vegas. The problem when Indycar ran at Vegas is that they had too many cars in the field. They had about 12 too many cars. I'll never forget, I was at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2011, and I was watching the Indy 500 on a screen outside the racetrack, and we saw the final lap where J.R. Hildebrand hit the wall, and Dan Weldon won the race. That was great to watch in a live environment. There was a crowd of us around this big screen. Everybody was on Danica watch that day because it was 2011. So I'll always remember that experience. Like I said, this morning I woke up at 4:30. Before I went back to bed for a good while, but I woke up at 4:30 and watched half of the 2011 Coke 600. Can't believe it's been 10 years. That makes me feel so old. God, I want to watch this whole race with you guys, but I can't. I'm having a good time so far, though. Indycar pit stops fascinate me. Everything about Indycar fascinates me, just how fast it is. Yeah, Carpenter's putting pressure on Dixon for third. Man, I relate to these guys. I played NASCAR 2005 racing at Dover, where your fuel mileage is total bullshit, and to save gas, I had to run like 6th to 10th place the whole damn race to be able to make it on one stop. Felt like big brain thinking strategy to win that race. Now it's time for me to eat. I'm starving. When I woke up today, I was like, look, I've got to go back to bed or I'm going to eat everything in the house. And then I woke up about an hour ago, still hungry. Oh, it's good chicken. Get the taste of toothpaste out of my mouth.
VK's quick lap is a 2:20, but last lap was a 2:16. So these guys cold now in the draft. Will he pop out? No, he decides to stay back.
Herta drafted right up to VK down the front stretch.
In the top 10. So as we come down into the pit stops, it'll be interesting to see who has
who pits when and
who makes the better mileage.
who stays out the longest. Indycar at Dover. Yeah, I mean, if they can run, I know Dover's got the banking, but you would think if they can run New Hampshire, they could run Dover. I still want to see them on the Charlotte road course. They need to do back-to-back weekends, one on the oval at Charlotte and one on the road course. I would actually go to that. Oh, this chicken's spicy. Hey, DFS. I'm kind of just popping in till around 2:30. I got to head out. I've got stuff to do today. Came here to be depressed as I watched two 20-year-olds lead the Indy 500, and I'm 27. Finally reaching that dreaded age where guys are playing sports and racing that are well younger than me. You know why I hope I live a long time? So I can watch racing for as much as possible. I want to live to be like 100. So I can witness all the racing and all the sports that I want to witness for as long as possible. Red Rocks, NASCAR's going to race on Mars. Brian France stoned out of his mind. That's a great idea. Let me come back. Now, I will give IndyCar one thing. Their fans are a lot better than NASCAR fans. Because if NASCAR fans were watching this race, they've been single file for 25 laps. All right, that's passing. Remember when Tony Stewart said, look up racing in the dictionary and look up passing in the dictionary? We're racing here. That's a good thing to remember tonight at Charlotte. Because the first thing I saw when I got on my phone today was an article that said, tire wear minimal, track position and restarts and pit road will be king in the 600. I'm like, great. But hey, that's racing. Have I played the first NASCAR race? No, I have not, and I've had it for months. I have not played NASCAR racing. I picked it up for like $2 several months ago. I just play NASCAR 05 all the time.
Positional changes, but nothing major. People are starting to work on others one position at a time. Ryan Hunter-Ray got past the American Legion Honda of Tony Kanaan as we check in with 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson. How have you enjoyed the start, fellas? I tell you what, Lee, this is everything we hoped it would be. The ceremony was green, the lead-up was green.
Now, what are you talking about, Steve? They're single file. This is boring.
As you mentioned, the pageantry, then to see these cars.
Watch these cars come by Jimmy Johnson in the background. It's going to be awesome. Let me ask you, what's the over or under one of these days about one of these cars hitting that big scoring pylon there on the front stretch?
This looks like a great time. There's no doubt about that. This looks like a great time.
So, Lee, I do have a question now. Jimmy and I were discussing this. I want to talk to PT and Townsend in the booth. Talk so much about fuel savings. I get the idea of traffic in the draft, but this is totally different than NASCAR than our world. What other tools are these drivers using to stretch that mileage? Well, the leader will have to.
We have our NASCAR tourist duo, Steve Letarte and Jimmy Johnson.
A really good option if you're in front, but he probably
Yeah, I've always heard good things about NASCAR Racing 96 or whatever it's called. It's hard to imagine a game being that old and being that good, but it's possible. Every now and then you go back and you find games where you go, holy shit, that was ahead of its time. Find it interesting that at this point in the race, up front, it's a battle for who doesn't want to lead. It's like nobody wants to lead up front. Hey, when does stage 1 end? I'm kidding. NASCAR be like, Indy 500 is boring. We need 4 stages. 50 laps, 50 laps, 50 laps, 50 laps. Oh, there's that stat. Did you know they're covering a football field in 1 second?
Is going to be coming off next. Now watch this. He'll come off turn 2 and he'll dive down at the bottom of the track, and that's simply.
We're on lap 31 and we're about to see our first car hit pit road.
So look for him to come this next lap. Sometimes he'll indicate the turns between turns 3 and 4, and we'll get an answer here. How much fuel did Colton Herta save following? VK probably coming to pit lane here. No indication that he will. So Colton Herta's got to be careful here. He doesn't run over the back. There he comes. There goes VK. All right, Colton stays out. Dixon stays out. Carpenter out. This guy's burned the most of it.
VK to the pits, and he smoked the tires. He might have been speeding.
You gotta watch that you don't come in too hot. Lock up those tires, Marty. Now you gotta be careful. Get them in the pit box. Let the guys do the stuff.
That was sketchy.
And Paul, he had that problem on Friday as well in Carby trying to get the pit roads, and he never felt like he quite got it right. And this is the answer, the penalty of being out front. Reedus VK, who led all
Well, somebody should recreate Red Rock in like NR 2003 or something.
to this point.
I'm sure they have.
And now he's too much understeer. Now we'll see when everybody else comes down pit road and how much fuel they
Off of 4 this time. Anybody pitting?
Here comes another car. That's another Chevy. Comes in
Ed Carpenter, Ryan Hunter Ray.
Jones follows as a
Jones into the pits.
Hondas and one more Chevy.
Lap 33.
Kevin Lee standing by. Can't take it away. Ryan Hunter Ray is one of the former winners. He's developed a little bit of a vibration. He was hoping to stay out an extra lap, but they felt like they needed to come in. Getting okay fuel mileage right now. Speedway Fuel, Firestones, the DHL crew going to work, and they'll send Hunter Ray back out.
Good race, good chicken. I'm having everything my way today.
top off of that entire run, Kevin. He comes to pit road as well. So an interesting point to follow away on the car. Battles off
Uh-oh, Ed Carpenter's car fell off the jack.
and they stall it as well. So this is not a great
Uh-oh.
stop for Ed Carpenter, who was out of it.
Fell off the jack and then it stalled.
As this cycles out, T-Bell, that extra time is going to cycle him probably back at least 10 to 15 positions. But here comes the leader, Colton Herta. Tell us more, Kev. Colton Herta did a great job in the first inning.
Oh, we got a wreck on pit road. Look out.
Stephen Wilson.
Stephen Wilson stopped in the middle of the pits. Caution's out.
Power is torn off.
The 2 car.
Happened to this lowest sport Honda. Well, this is really going to help the guys that stayed on track. It looks like he lost it.
I think some of the guys that just pitted are really gonna
Pit speed limit
benefit
on the
from this.
inside wall, but the guys that stayed on track, this is really going to
And unlike Fox, I'm sure NBC and IndyCar will have a replay of whatever the fuck happened here.
So many teams laid out with pit crew members
That's
and
wild.
equipment. As Stephen Wilson went way
25. I can only see the 2. Sorry, I'm a noob.
With a damaged race car, let's find out what happened here.
The 2's a Penske car. Duh.
Where's Wilson?
Here he comes. Coming in now. White car. He's going way too fast.
Oh, he went way too fast, locked it up, and hit the pit wall. Thank God he hit the outside pit wall.
Virtually have no downforce at 100 miles an hour with these little wings. You hit the brakes, you downshift.
That's why it was so sketchy when VK came into the pits,
Immediately turned him sideways.
because that can happen.
Watch Will Powers, guys. Imagine the fear that these guys are dealing with as a
Put it out.
comes and your driver needs to come to pit lane for 4 tires and fuel.
I remember the early NASCAR games. NASCAR Heat on the PS1, I think, was the first game to have Daytona. I want to say NASCAR Heat was the first game to have Daytona, and before that it was a licensing issue for some reason.
Rejection obvious for Stephen Wilson, who said, "Man, we just can't catch a break." And then he said, "God, that hurt. So sorry, guys."
Youth and experience. We had
Does he mean it hurt physically, or did it hurt his pride? Because that sucks to be out of the race because of a mistake like that.
For 3 years, Marty, he wanted this so bad, and it's all over.
Tough break for Steph Wilson, no doubt, but for the
Hey, do the NASCAR thing. Go shove a microphone in his face as soon as he gets out of the car.
They are so tight on fuel, and with a wrecked race car on pit road, I don't know how quickly they can clean that up, because I think a lot of teams, including Scott Dixon, are going to have to pit for emergency service maybe as soon as next time around.
Yeah, this could be disastrous, T-Bell.
Yeah, this puts a wrinkle into things. They're worried about Dixon and Elio Castroneves and these guys up front. They got to be low on gas, and they're going to have to take time to clean up the entrance of pit road. So under caution, these guys might just have to come down before pit road's open. Yikes. It happens that fast. I'm almost done eating. I wish I didn't wake up at 4:30 today and have to go back to bed. Wish I could have just slept till like 10 or 11. Then I could have got up and taken my time setting up my stream, cooking my food, and all that other shit. Yeah, where is my 8-wide racing? They were 3-wide to start. NASCAR fans like the first lap. They probably turned off after that. Dude, last night I was playing NASCAR 05, and I did the Brickyard 400 in my career mode. And I had to miss Brickyard qualifying because I had to race at IRP whenever Cup qualifying was going on. So I started dead last. I went from 43rd to about 27th on lap 1. And coming around to complete lap 1, it says caution's out. And when it shows the caution replay, the 43 car on the front stretch of Indy just ran straight into the fucking pit wall. No reason to be trying to pit on lap 1, but he drove straight into the fucking pit wall. I had to pause the game and laugh for a couple of minutes after that. Had a great time racing IRP last night. Love that track. I would prefer IRP over the Indy road course. Dixon's on pit road.
The prohibitive race favorite Scott Dixon, who had to come down pit road for emergency service, but when he came down pit road, the car ran out of fuel.
Dixon ran out of gas. Had to pit early, ran out of gas, and now the car won't refire. Oh my Lord. Dixon's car does not want to refire. What a bad break. I told you the guys that pitted before that were the ones that were going to work out from this. Now Dixon's a lap down. He pitted from the lead as pit road was closed, and now his damn car won't start. God. That's a big deal right there. That's a devastating thing to happen. Well, I'm sure Elio and TK and those guys are very happy that Dixon's a lap down. Rossi's on pit road with the same problem. Hope Rossi's car didn't cut off or anything. Dixon only lost one lap. Rossi's car is off now.
Racing said 2 seconds worth of fuel. I think they had to go back and do a little bit more just to help in assistance with the refiring. So Dixon's almost perfect month of May has gone the wrong way, and same problem here for Alexander Rossi.
Yeah, and they're going to have to...
Dixon's month of May is like Dale Jr.'s 2003 Speed Weeks. Everything was going perfect till the damn 500.
Sitting here for a lap, they're also going to have to come back and do another stop. My God, this is devastating, painful.
Rossi goes a lap down.
Running a little further back in the pack, the McLaren back car.
Now pit road is actually open.
Able to save enough fuel so that they could pit at this point without emergency service. So each will get a little bit of an adjustment and they leave. Marty, that's the crazy part. The cars that were a little further back, they were the ones that were safe because they were kind of riding and saving fuel. Elio Castroneves with a terrific stop. Alex Palou leaves pit road as well. All of these guys made it without taking...
Racing is the damnedest thing because something just totally accidental can happen at the wrong time and sabotage your strategy and your entire race. Like it kind of just did for Scott Dixon. The dominant car of the entire month, the Indy, was staying out on this long green flag run, and a car wrecked on pit road. Caution came out. They couldn't open pit road. Run out of gas. Had to pit before pit road was open. Then they couldn't get his car refired, and he lost a lap. That sucks.
Sounds like some Kyle Larson.
I told them we got to head out at 2:30. Do you have $20 for parking, or do I need to go to the ATM? Because I can go to the ATM if we need to. Dylan's here, y'all. I told them I'd watch Indy 500 till about 2:30, and then we'd head out. It's only 20 after 1 now, but yeah. Scott Dixon, who wins every goddamn thing in Indycar, is a lap down now just because he didn't pit at the perfect time. Because a car locked up the tires and wrecked on pit road. Caden, last night, when I did that race at Indianapolis, Kurt Busch is my ally in NASCAR 2005 because at Daytona in the July race, I share drafted him the whole race and got us way out front, and then I just passed him late. At Indianapolis, I drive off into 2, and he just comes down and knocks me in the grass, and I went like dead sideways and kept going. I made the pass, though, motherfucker. I'm like, you're an ally. Allies in that game usually get the fuck out of the way. Dude, I played so much 2005 the last couple of days. Doing my career mode and shit. The tickets are on my phone.
I felt proud I got to call a Kyle Busch fan out Friday at the dirt track.
What for? What for?
Creepy looking motherfucker, first of all. So then I seen the Kyle Busch shirt and I was like, oh, that explains a lot.
That explains it, yeah.
I was standing in line at the concessions. And there was 2 girls in front of me. Probably wasn't 12 or 13 years old. And he was standing off to the side going like,
God, that's
like
fucking
right there,
weird.
And I said, dude, you are fucking creepy. And I said, and being a Kyle Busch fan, that explains a lot for y'all.
Dylan met a pedophile Kyle Busch fan at the dirt track the other night. They're out there. Them pedophile Kyle Busch fans are out there, buddy. I know I just ate spicy chicken patties, but we should stop at Cookout on the way because I want to get my damn cheddar bites this time. Shit, I was excited last time. They gave me fucking hush puppies.
From afar, that looks like
Jimmy Johnson's 48 car's running well today. Jimmy's doing commentary because his wife won't let him race ovals in Indycar. Although he said he thinks he's going to do this next year. Well, he's doing every road course race in Indycar. Next year he wants to do this. Yeah, Jimmy's been running IndyCar. Not good. Yeah. Oh, look, it's Danica. Little Miss Pimple Tits.
And Rossi. Those were my 2 guys. I was thinking, I didn't say
I'll give Danica credit. She was good in IndyCar. She's all right. She was like Jamie McMurray on his best year in NASCAR. She's pretty good. She was always competitive in the 500. She led a lot of laps here before. You got us for about another hour, guys. Then we got to head out. They're already about a quarter of the way through the race. Nah, Michael ain't come by yet.
Scott Dixon, and you're in that spot. How do you react? What do you think?
I'm going to say Chase Elliott wins. Kyle Larson's going to dominate, but Chase Elliott's going to win it.
Well, in Indy, as I've experienced and said, is
There's
there's
gonna be
so
some
many
Bowman shit
strategies
with
that can
5
play
laps to
out.
go
So
and overtime
whether
his
you're
pit crew
Penske
puts
starting
down
in the
9
back and
seconds.
looking for to make it happen.
10.5-second pit stop for Alex Bowman gets him the lead.
That puts you to the back of the field. Now you're looking to see how can I transition this into an alternate strategy that honestly has a great chance of winning.
The first car and the last car.
Oh, wow. So is this just replica?
Yeah, he ran that at Homestead. It was a throwback scheme. His final cup race.
Does are the elites the only one that's got the gas lines?
I think. Yeah, his first cup car and his last one. The last one's a throwback to the first. Yeah, I was like, I gotta have the first and the last because that's a good set together. I remember in 2017 there was like Dale Jr. took a picture in the Hendrick shop, and people, it wasn't decaled up yet, but somebody saw a red car in the background and was like, oh, they're doing a Budweiser throwback, and they were. That's how people found out. Yeah. I'm showing Dylan my 88 Budweiser Exalta throwbacks in 2017. I know one I might get today if I see it. If I see it and it's a decent price. The black Budweiser car that was painted like his dad's. He ran at Talladega in 06. I want that one. Yeah, I want that one. Hey guys, guess what other diecast I found? I found Dale Jr.'s 2006 Fall Talladega raced version where he got wrecked on the last lap by Brian Vickers. It's got like the fucking fender tore off and there's dirt all over it. And I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. You made a fucking race win of that car. Not a race win, but a raced version.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that's the only reason I'm buying a diecast today is because of that 88.
Yeah.
I have to get me an 88.
Yeah. My 2014 Daytona 500 car will be here Tuesday. Oh, Dixon, bad news. Dixon's a lap down. While you weren't here, he was leading the race and pit stops were happening. A car wrecked on pit road. They closed pit road and put the caution out, and Dixon ran out of gas under caution, came down pit road. They couldn't get the car to refire, and he went a lap down. Now, since it's just a lap down, they keep coming down every caution lap and topping it off and seeing if they can run, catch a caution, and get back on the lead lap later on. It's same principle as NASCAR. There's just, yeah, Rossi, yeah. See, Dylan's like me. Like, Dylan knows even less about IndyCar than me. I'm a casual.
I've never in my life watched anything.
It's racing, same principle as NASCAR.
This is the most racing I've seen.
Same principle as NASCAR. There's just some big differences in how the cars are and how they handle and how fast they go.
Different pits, don't they? Like pit stops, the way they do
Well, they do them basically the same, but they've got one lug nut. Next year, NASCAR is going to be one lug nut, just like IndyCar. So next year, NASCAR pit stops will be closer to IndyCar. Yeah, because they only go, wheat, put it on, wheat, and then they're off. NASCAR is going to be that next year. Get ready for that. That's going to be weird, single lug nuts.
2028 next gen cars.
Yeah, IndyCar's got the fucking 2028 NASCAR Cup car today.
So is that Rossi and Scott Dixon?
Yeah.
Which one's Dixon?
Dixon's in the 9.
So he's the 6
Yeah.
Guess what? Scott Dixon.
Oh, I gotta go with the blue and yellow Napa.
I got it.
Napa cars are good looking in any series. A couple years ago, Rossi was a rookie nobody really knew much about. Won the Indy 500 on fuel strategy.
So is he a lap down too?
I think, yeah, Rossi ran out of gas under caution as well. So, yeah, Rossi and Dixon are both a lap down. There's a long cleanup for a single car wreck that was on pit road.
Can they do it?
I think Dixon definitely can.
You think he can?
If they keep coming down and topping off under caution and they get a caution at the right time, hell, I think Dixon's fast enough he could race his way back up to get the lead lap.
That 24 is very resembled to Chase Elliott's 24.
You mean Jeff Gordon and William Byron and Chase Elliott?
Oh, dumb question.
That's still weird how they swap numbers at Hendrick.
So, the drivers don't pick their numbers, right?
Usually not. It's usually whatever teams have.
Okay, so something I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about Kyle Busch, for instance, the 18 car.
Yep.
So is the 18 car always going to be set as a Toyota, or can they do a manufacturer swap?
As long as it drives for Gibbs, it has to be a Toyota. But, like, for example, the 88. Junior drove the 88. Before that, the 88 belonged to Robert Yates Racing. It was a Ford for about 25 years or whatever. Hendrick had to go to Yates and say, "Hey, can we have this number?" And they were like, "Sure."
So Gibbs would have to give.
He would have to give it away, yeah, because like RCR, their numbers are 3, 8, 31. They still they don't run a 31, but it's still theirs. If somebody wanted to run a 31 car, they have to go to Richard Childress and say, "Hey, can I have 31?"
That's why some numbers don't get ran.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Dale Jr. and Rick Hendrick had to go to Robert Yates and say, "Can we have the 88?" And they were like, "Sure." I don't know if you had to pay or if you just had to ask or whatever. Like jersey numbers in the NFL, players will sell their jersey number to other players. It's pretty funny.
Dude, I like when who was it? Oh shit, who was it? Was it Carson Wentz?
Yep.
When he went to the Colts.
Yep.
Wanted the 11 and what was it? That receiver.
Yep.
He was like, "No, I'm not giving it up."
When Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, remember Chris Godwin was number 12. He gave up 12 to Brady. I wish he hadn't, though. And Brady said he was perfectly fine switching to number 7 because he said, "I want to get to 7 rings, so I'll wear number 7." He said he was planning on wearing number 7 if they didn't give him 12. His Michigan number was 10, I think. I think Brady wore 10 at Michigan. Got about another hour. I wish they'd restart already because these laps go by fast when they're running green. I'm going to watch the rest of the race on my phone on the way to Charlotte. Oh, yeah. Indianapolis to them is like Daytona to us. That's how good the racing is. It's like heavy drafting. Yeah, it's not multiple grooves like Daytona, but it's all about drafting.
They go a lot faster.
Oh, yeah, they go like 220, 230. Let me put you this way. NASCAR, Indy, they can run about 40 laps on a tank of gas. Indycar, you might be lucky to make it to 30, 33.
Oh, I bet Carvin
Havoc.
Kevin Harvick would like to retract
The Volkov, Kevin Harvick. Yeah.
Oh, this is dangerous. We can't race.
I know. Did you see that? Did you hear NASCAR's excuse for that wreck in the truck race? Well, Matt Crafton was blowing up, and we were watching him on pit road. You fucking idiots! He's on pit road. Watch the track.
I just like how that happens right after all the complaints about. Oh, we can't see.
Did you see the chunk of debris that hit? Nemechek was leading, and a big chunk of debris knocked the roof of his car. I think it made him faster. It lowered the fucking roof on the Ford truck, and he went off and won the race anyway.
When I was watching the Xfinity highlights, Ty Gibbs spin through the turf, and they were like, "Thank you, Charlotte Motor Speedway, for saving
Yeah,
Ty Gibbs."
any other track. Oh, another funny thing from Harvard yesterday. They come back for commercial. You know, they got to be like, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, the Coca-Cola 600. The promos, Bubba, Kyle Busch, Chase, Denny, and Joey. They come back for commercial, and Kevin Harvick goes, "I ain't reading that." And you hear somebody talking, and he goes, "I'm not in it. I'm not reading that." Harvick was actually expressing how pissed he was that he wasn't on it. Ooh, I moved it. Oh, no, I was going to say, I thought Connor Daly was going to go to the outside of second place there. Oh, my God. I can tell you everything about Indycar broadcast is better than a NASCAR broadcast. They still treat this like a sport. Castroneves to the outside of Daly down the back. Oh, God. You get up out of that groove, you will bust your ass. You can run about, you've got enough room for maybe 1.5, maybe 2 cars. You move up above that, you're going to wreck hard, and you're going like 200. Do what? Oh, yeah, there's like nothing up there. It is slick out of that groove. If you're not running the very bottom, you're in trouble. Herta and VK got to be so happy that Dixon's a lap down.
So who up front has won the race?
I can tell you, Herta and VK are hot young drivers right now. Castroneves has won this race a few times. Takuma Sato in 6th, he's won this before. Ryan Hunter-Ray's won it. I'm pretty sure Ray Hall's won it. I want to say, forgive me guys, I'm not an IndyCar aficionado. Hey, Montoya's 13th. Anybody who didn't get fucked by that caution has to be happy right now. Hunter-Ray, that's the most aggressive he's been. No. No stages, no free passes, no overtimes. If a caution comes out with 3 to go and they don't get it restarted, over. just like old NASCAR.
Quarter distance, that fifth cut next time by is going to be 50
Ooh.
laps. Here comes VK looking again.
They're being really patient with each other. The thing about IndyCar is you don't want to be the leader right now. You save so much. If you run about third on back, you are saving so much gas. Yeah, you're saving gas. The leader's burning a lot. That's what happened to Dixon. He led early, but then he dropped to third and still ran out of gas. VK just took the lead, and Connor Daly's the second now.
It's now a Chevy 1-2. And I think VK just couldn't help himself. He's like, man,
Yeah.
I have to make my move. This has got 2019 all over it. Look at this. Look at this.
Daly said, fuck fuel mileage. To the moon. That was a nice pass. Connor Daly's leading. It's like Junior just took the lead.
So is that the fan favorite or something?
One of them, yeah. Ooh, wow. Look back there. Hunter Ray is making a lot of aggressive moves. Ah, the Mears family.
So he said Penske, the same Penske.
Yep.
Okay, does Hendrick have
Here's the interesting thing about Roger Penske. He owns the entire series now, and he owns a race team, and he owns this racetrack. Is that not a conflict of interest? I like Daly's paint scheme. Oh, I'm sorry, livery, an Indycar. Yeah, we gotta get the terminology right. I like those cars. See, when you don't know much about IndyCar, it's hard to tell who's in what car. So I like paint schemes that like stand out. I always like the Menards cars that were running. Like Penske will have some Menards painted cars. I'm like, yes, I can see you. Ryan Hunter race car is really easy to spot. About 30 laps, 30 to 33, maybe 35 if you're running way back and saving. Dixon run out at like 34 under caution. And he was running third the entire first run. Oh, Juan Pablo Montoya is one of the biggest movers of the race. He's won this a couple times. Will Power. It's funny, before the race, his car shut off, and I said, yeah, Will Power has no power. Will Power, I'll remember him forever for flipping off the IndyCar officials at New Hampshire in 2011.
It's a tribute to the Tuskegee Airmen and those beautiful P-51 Mustangs. This car is flying like a plane.
It's flying.
Right there. These guys now, Townsend, can kind of work in unison. They should try to work together and swap the lead back and forth. But I think Connor Daly likes leading this race. Well, like I said, he's never done it before. It is an amazing feeling once you pass for the lead and you can sense and experience clean air for the first time versus...
Go ahead and get... I know we know how to get to Charlotte Motor Speedway to a certain point, but I'm still going to have it on Google Maps. And I promise I will remember where we parked. That gets old. I don't know how we forget. Yeah, getting out of Charlotte fucking blows. Getting out of Darlington was fucking easy.
Nice livery, my friend.
About what you're talking about, Dave, is the downforce decision for the start of the race. If you were Scott Dixon, you were probably pretty trimmed out because you thought you'd be at the lead. If you were Connor Daly, starting deeper in the field, you probably had more downforce.
There we go, Charlotte Motor Speedway on Google Maps, sitting in my living room. And then I'll get my tickets up on the phone as well.
Paul, track temperature now 105 degrees and rising. That's going
It is amazing. They said it's one of the coolest Indy 500s ever. And you see how cool it is here today. How fucking weird is that? Usually I'm like, oh boy, the 600, we're going to fucking melt. Not today. I'm wearing fucking jogging pants like I did at Darlington. It's better for the aero package at Charlotte for it to be cooler. Connor Daly, VK, Elio Castroneves, who once went to prison. Colton Herta fourth.
Chevy. Oh, yeah, that's the future of NASCAR.
Hey, they're playing Alice Cooper as they went to commercial. I like IndyCar.
Honda.
IndyCar was playing Alice Cooper as they went to commercial. As of now, that's my next concert. Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley in October. That'll be a good show. Hey, if my friend Ben lets me down and can't make it from Nashville, do you want to go see Alice Cooper and Ace Frehley?
I've never been to a concert.
It's fun. My friend Ben's supposed to be coming back from Nashville, and we're going to go. Another 40 minutes or so, and then we're out of here.
Laps are winding down here at Indy.
Oh, we're only a quarter of the way. I'm sorry, I'm a dumb southerner. Accents are funny to me. What are you talking about? I'm from Fargo.
They need to put Dale Jr. in the booth of this one. Dale Jr. and Darrell Waltrip.
Put Michael Waltrip up in the IndyCar booth. Oh my God. Fucking kill yourselves. IndyCar fans will be like, get this fucking retard out of here. Michael Waltrip was making... Oh, wow. Hang on there. God. Rossi. I thought Rossi was about... He was about to wreck. That was on the edge of wrecking there. You guys see that shit? You know, when you see a car get sideways in NASCAR, we go, ooh. On IndyCar, it's even worse because you're like... Because they're going like 220. It's going to be bad. Do you see Ryan Sieg yesterday? In the Xfinity race?
Oh, whenever he
stayed out, took the lead, and then he's drifting the whole corner, and it's like, he's got it! And then the car just fucking goes right. I was like, God. Yeah, Josh Berry again caught up in another wreck he had nothing to do with. But when that car, I was like, he saved it! Wham! That thing went up the hill, Earnhardt style. Forgive me, I'm going to hell. That was bad. You see Ty Gibbs and Chase Briscoe racing for the lead? Gibbs never touched him when he spun him out.
Oh, yeah. He said
Yeah.
He felt like
He never touched him. You can go look on the replay. He never touched Chase Briscoe. Briscoe was about to win in a backmarker car. That shows you how good of a driver guys like Briscoe and Harvick in back-to-back weeks. Harvick drove for B.J. McLeod and got a top 5 in the Xfinity race at COTA. And then yesterday, Briscoe was about to win, but spun out off the air, getting pushed on his left rear. Still came back, and he still came back and finished like 6th. That's how good they are. I think B.J. McLeod and Stuart Haas have like a partnership going now for their Xfinity stuff. Because there's always Stuart Haas sponsors on those cars now when Briscoe or Harvick runs. I said 140. When does stage 1 end? I'm so confused. When does stage 1 end? Oh, well, we didn't send Michael Waltrip, but we sent Rutledge Wood. That's almost as bad. Takuma Sato's up in the top 10 now. He's making moves. Takuma Sato and Ryan Hunter-Ray have been very aggressive. Daly was aggressive to get the lead, but VK and Herta and Castroneves, they seem pretty chill for most of today. You know, today I will not mind getting to Charlotte early just because it's not hot outside. I'm not going to be suffering. Remember, all the die-cast tents and shit are across the street from the front of the racetrack, if I remember correctly, because we went through them before. Yeah. You know the hardest part about the EA games, Caden, is the AI pinches you down. So you'll come off of like turn 2 and go to make a pass, and the AI does this shit. They go. AI fucking pinches you down into the corner in those games. Yeah, they just now showed the replay. I saw that when it happened and about pissed myself when Rossi almost spun out.
Really trust the driver to the outside that they're not going to cut across your bow and send you both into the wall as Rossi has a run on the front straight, pops to the
Rossi's trying to just work his way back towards getting on the lead lap.
Another spot, but remember, still a lap down. He has to get all the way to the front and pass Connor Daly Marty to get back on the lead lap.
Townsend, that was a pass about 8 laps in the making. Alexander Rossi was very frustrated running behind Dalton Kellett, and you see how far he's already left that.
His first car lap down, he'll get the lucky dog. I'm kidding. We don't do that in IndyCar.
On board with Alexander Rossi than the guys that he's running around right now. They dialed in as much rear wing as they could on that last stop, adding downforce.
Nah, he's going to need to get close and get a caution when everybody's pitted. And I think him and Dixon, since they kept topping out, they could stay out a little longer. But they're going to need a caution at the perfect time to make this happen. Yeah, Kate, I'm with you. I just, don't wreck the AI, but in NASCAR 05, when they start running me down, just drive in the corner, you bump them, they move out of the way. Not like NASCAR Heat where you hit them and they don't move. In the old games, you can actually bump people out of the way. Yeah. NASCAR 5, you bump them, they get loose and get out of the way. Yeah. You know, there's the SRX video game just came out. That Tony Stewart racing thing. Yeah. It's made by the people who made NASCAR Heat, so I'm not that interested, but... Yeah. It's got some cool racetracks. Got fucking Nashville on there, the fairgrounds. It's got Slinger, Knoxville, Nashville. Yeah, but look what they do there. Yeah. IndyCar can afford to go side by side for the whole goddamn race, but NASCAR's like, the truck race and Xfinity race this weekend, they went to commercial after 6 laps. And I'm like,
I love it when they come. And here's what happened while you.
Yeah, there was a lead change as soon as they went to commercial at lap 6 yesterday. I was like, thanks.
Something that used to piss me off. You'd see the leaders go side by side, and we're going.
So you said the SRX game is good. I heard it's like an improvement over like Heat 5. It's made by the same people, so it's obviously very similar. So it's an improvement. It's only $40. I might get it. Watching this makes me want to get an IndyCar game just so I can run one of these at Indy. There's certain tracks I want to run with certain types of cars, but I don't want to pay a monthly fee for iRacing because I'd probably suck anyway and regret spending the money.
I'd have to be dedicated.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
I would have to be
I understand why they do it the way they do, because they don't want just anybody getting on there and being like, we're going to lose and taking people out and driving like an idiot. You got to commit and be serious about it. So it's good in a way. I just wish I had the confidence to be like, you know what, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to get the fucking setup. I'm going to get all I need is a wheel. This computer's great for iRacing, the one that I have. Yeah, maybe. No, he's still out there. But guys are starting. It's about time to pit again. It's lap 69. Very nice. It's about time to pit again. The 21 pitted. He was running up front.
The Bitcoin car.
Yeah, SRX is $40, but it's still overpriced. You're right about that. I was hoping it'd be like 30, then I would have bought it right away. But I'm like, 40 for them. I don't know.
You know it's a quick pit stop when you have to wait on the gas. That's the last thing you're waiting on.
Okay, just saw him leaving pit road. Reminds me, not going to lie, kind of cheated in the Brickyard 400 last night in my career mode because I had to miss qualifying starting the back. When I pitted under green, I did not take the access road. I cut straight back up on the fucking racetrack and drove around Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte and gained like fucking 10 spots coming out of the pits. I love making green flag pit stops in NASCAR games. My best one was last night in the truck race at Michigan. Split the race in half. I came tearing it. You can go 70 on pit road. I went like 69 all the way up to the line. Had a good pit stop and came tearing off pit road and stayed on the lead lap at Michigan. And I short pitted everybody. I was like, I'm going to take a chance and short pit them because I was the leader. there was a slow pit stop or something, or if I got held up on pit road, I'd have went a lap down until they pitted, and then I'd have been at their mercy, and if a caution had come out, I'd have been stuck. Oh, you're talking about iRacing being... Yeah, iRacing is overpriced, but I understand why they do it the way they do. And it's not like, hey, I got iRacing, I'm going to race IndyCar. No, you're going to buy IndyCar and buy each type of car of IndyCar that you want. IndyCar at North Wilkesboro. They've nowadays, I think it's just Indy and Texas, but they've done New Hampshire, Iowa, Las Vegas, Michigan. No, I don't. It's probably not a good idea. The biggest they've done is Michigan. Connor Daly was at a Machine Gun Kelly concert. Well, now I hope he loses. Yeah.
Much better fuel mileage right now with the Hondas. Right now, it's at the front of the field. There you go. There goes VK. So VK is going to be.
VK's going to cycle through to the lead now. When pit stops completely cycle through, he'll be the leader.
Still leads. Pretty big gap there for Connor Daly to close. There's the leader.
They stay on the lead lap too.
On this lap, I would think.
They're going to go 5 or 6 more laps for Elio Castro.
Wow.
How about that? So that shows you those ECR cars. Yeah, they can run out front, but that's a massive penalty to be in the lead.
That's impressive if they can go that long.
Were able to stretch it and pit under yellow without penalty. That's why we're seeing them run longer here.
Yeah, Elio pitted on lap 38 in comparison to the others on lap 31 and 33. So advantage to the veteran, to the triple-time champ. You know, wouldn't it be appropriate if he was able to win his fourth today?
So how does the champion system work?
Most points at the end of the year wins championship.
So it's just old school.
Pretty much, yeah. They have a different way of rewarding points because, like, the Indy 500s work double points for everybody.
They only do the top.
Now that was a Formula One, I think. That used to be what Formula One was, which is an interesting point system, I think.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to the race that totally breaks the NASCAR point system because the Coke 600 has 4 fucking stages. Denny Hamlin could fucking put away the regular season championship tonight.
I wish they would just make it Coke 750.
I always found Elio was one of the, easier drivers to follow. He's not easy to pass, but he's easy to follow because Elio likes to run a higher line.
The fuel mileage at Daytona and NASCAR 5 is pretty good, but at Dover it's fucking awful. I have to run like 10th place to make it on one stop. I run 10th place, get past halfway, then pit, then drive to the front. I deliberately have to go slow in 10th place. There's another track like that Dodge Raceway Stadium. You go so fast there, you will run out of gas and have to pit, and then as soon as you pit, there will be a caution and you'll be stuck a lap down. There's a caution because the pit road at that track's fucking stupid.
75% women, including these women going over the wall now, performing real-time.
They got girls doing pit stops here.
For the first time in their young.
Ew, you might get cooties. Women can't touch race cars.
Caught off guard by the warm conditions on the racetrack. He said, I need a lot more downforce if you guys want me to make any moves. You see other cars going by us. Carpenter, much smoother stop on stop number 2.
They wound a whole bunch of rear wing into that back. So a big downforce change for Ed Carpenter. Here comes Sebastian Bourdais. And this is Sage Karam in the 24.
See, they look big for them, but when NASCAR goes there, the cars barely fit. You ever hear that radio soundbite of Junior going, I hate this motherfucking pit road. It's made for Indy fucking cars, because Junior got hit on pit road once and said, I fucking hate this pit road. They actually had to widen the pit stalls out because of NASCAR. They used to be more narrow. That part that's sticking out on the asphalt, that used to not be there. Here comes Elio and Herta pitting together.
The youngster has beaten the veteran into pit lane, and it
shows you that Herta is getting better fuel mileage than Castroneves. He pitted 5 laps earlier than Castroneves did. They like the car. They're not planning any changes. Herta is in. Marty Castroneves squeezing right around in front of him.
Yeah, Elio Castroneves has found the fountain of youth here in Indy at 46 years young. Leading laps here. He said the car is
A little slow stop on Elio. A little slower than Herta stop.
There's VK and Connor Daly, the two teammates. Remember, they pitted several laps before, but that's the blend battle on the back straightaway for the cars that were leading before this cycle of pit stops.
We're going to watch to halfway and then leave. That won't be much longer. We're going to get to like lap 100 here, and then I got to stop the stream because we're going to go ahead and go because I'm kind of ready to get there myself.
Now cycled back to the front, but they are at a deficit now of about 5 laps on fuel, and as you go to the next stop, that could turn into 8 or 9 laps. Here we go, waiting for...
I think there's enough there to keep us entertained before the race.
Pato Award, Takuma Sato, there they go, top of your screen. Here comes Award trying to arrest the speed on that Aaron McLaren.
Don't do like the fucking 25 car and just lock it up and hit that outside pit wall. They don't have crew chiefs, they have strategists.
I seen that when they pulled up the spotter and they had some strategy.
Hey, Ricky Bobby, you like Jean Girard's crew chief? He won the Nobel Prize in physics back in 1992. I am a racing car driver just like you, except I am from Formula 1. How about you just say, I love really thin pancakes? That is a fair compromise, yes? Hey, Ricky, between you and me, man, I had a whole mess of crepes just this morning. They were just like pancakes, maybe even better. Nope, I'm not going to say it. Hey, Ricky, we're getting married. You're going to be my best man. Hell no, I will not be your best man. Because you're going to get over it, Ricky, and you're going to be at the wedding, all right? Hey, Ricky, I think your house is haunted, man. What are you talking about? I keep hearing all these noises. Well, it's a new house. There's a lot of creaks and moans and groans in it. Then he gets off the phone. You hear something go, get out. He's like, hey, Ricky, how do you watch TV with the stereo on? Why do you want to watch TV with the stereo on? Because I like to party. We don't joke about that here in Indycar. We don't joke about yellows in Indycar. Go ahead and plug them. I'm just going to leave my phone plugged up until we leave. Ah, livery. There you go. I'm so cultured. Once again, why does NASCAR always get shit for driving in a circle? What the fuck are these guys doing right now? Matter of fact, IndyCar races on ovals are better than road courses or street courses. Yeah, NASCAR road course races are better than most ovals, but IndyCar is better on ovals than they are on road courses. It's because in NASCAR it's easier to pass on a road course. In IndyCar, you're open, you can't touch each other. That's why it's different. Rossi and Dixon ran way longer than everybody. They didn't get the caution they needed, but... Still a long way to go. Woo! Down to the ground. I looked like Harvick last year making the pass on Hamlin. You know, I'm really happy NASCAR's running the road course this year, but I hope with the next gen car, they run the Brickyard 400 again at some point, run the oval, because I'd like to see how those cars race. Not just the road course. No. But with the new car, I'd like to see them try the oval again. I don't want the Brickyard 400 to go away forever. Ooh, Daly making the move for the lead again, just like he did on the last run. And he takes the lead. I think Ron Hunter-Reay's going to steal this thing late. He's going to get better mileage than these guys anyway, running 5th. Telling you, Ron Hunter-Reay's going to steal one. I thought he was about to start singing the Fresh Prince theme song. Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
The best way to experience something in life.
Oh, shut up. What's this NASCAR sounding bullshit? All this commercial needs is a Kid Rock song. Dude, there was that one season, I want to say it was like 2015 or 2014. Every commercial, it was that Chevrolet commercial with the Kid Rock song, Born Free, playing in it. I swear to fucking God. I used to be in this Facebook group. I'm in a Discord server with the guys now, but we were in this Facebook group. Whenever that commercial would come on, we'd start typing the lyrics in all capital letters.
This is what you settled for, Jimmy? Really?
This is boring. I ain't never watching Indycar again.
Really? Sell your car now at Carvana.
It's like Ric Flair doing those lottery commercials. Or Joe Namath selling whatever the fuck he sells.
My God.
Yeah, at least they didn't let Cody Ware tried to be in this race, and Indycar's like, nah, you suck. Pretty sure that's why they wouldn't let Cody Ware qualify for this. It's like, nah, bro. The racing world in unison, when they heard, oh, Cody Ware to attempt Indy 500, IndyCar fans and NASCAR fans alike were like, no, please don't. Tell you what, if I don't buy a car today, I'm getting a Kyle Larson shirt like that, if they got him, because that shirt looks so fucking comfortable.
It is.
God, I got to get me one then.
I feel like I wear an air conditioner when we was at Darwin.
Fuck.
I didn't get hot at all.
I got to get the Kyle Larson one then if they got one. HendrickCars.com. It's my favorite Kyle Larson paint scheme this year is the HendrickCars.com. I was born free. People got to be like, he's talking about NASCAR more than he is IndyCar. It's because I know more about NASCAR. I don't know shit about IndyCar. I'm such a casual. I would watch more IndyCar, and I said this earlier. Hey, IndyCar and NBC, stop putting IndyCar races on at the exact same time as NASCAR. Most of their races this season are during NASCAR races. What do you think people are going to watch? Of course more people are going to watch NASCAR. I know that riles up the IndyCar purists, but I'm sorry, it's true. You'll never be as popular as NASCAR. This is your one day a year where you're more popular. You get one day a year. This is your moment. Well, 10 laps from now, about 10 laps from now, I'm going to take a trip to the bathroom, end the stream, and then we're going to go. Just kind of hoping a caution would come out at the perfect time for us to wrap up and leave. Oh, no. Did they perform necromancy on Paul Walker to make another Fast and Furious movie? Well, it's like Ricky Bobby said, hey, with the advances in modern science and my advanced level income, there's no reason I couldn't live to be 200 or 300.
Thankfully, 89 laps complete. It's been Fast and Furious both on the racetrack and on pit road. Jimmy, the strategies are all over. It's hard to tell. We know who's fast. Daily leads, VK, Hurdle.
I'm telling you, one of these days, one of these cars is going to get airborne and take out the fucking scoring tower there on the front stretch. One of these days. We are 10 laps to halfway. Like I said, my pick before I get off here, I'm going to say Ron Hunter-Reay steals this one late. He's good at that. Daly, VK, and Hurd are showing off. Dixon and Rossi are still a lap down, so I'm going to say Ron Hunter-Reay takes it. No. Don't give them any ideas, though. Maybe for the All-Star race at Texas, they should go 3x3x3. Yeah, All-Star race at Texas. They need to do that.
I start Daytona 4-1.
We see Stelton Wilson lose
That's what
control of his
you're
car
talking
coming into
Yeah.
the road. It forced a yellow. That put everybody in a predicament. But the biggest story, Dixon out of fuel, couldn't get it refired. Yeah, it's amazing how
That's his own fault.
these cars are fired and run out of fuel.
Basically, Scott Dixon is an idiot now. What's he doing running out of gas? I love when I tell a non-racing fan, oh, they run out of gas. What the hell they do that for? You have to explain to them. Still a lap down running where they were.
Like how far behind the leaders.
Yeah.
Already Honda Takuma Sato, the two-time champ. He's won twice in the last 4 years. He's inside the top 10, doing well, and he's shadowing. He's trying to get closer into the draft. Of his
Tony
teammate,
Kanaan, 26th.
Honda Graham Rahal.
He almost got into it when Graham Rahal slammed the door on him there in turn 2, and he shot up the track and nearly brushed the wall. So he was right there on the inside of it. And Rahal just shut the door. Yeah, everybody kind of jockeying now as we approach half distance. Graham Rahal said this morning in the pre-race show, I want to be in the top 5 by half distance. He's got 7 laps to make up 3 more positions to accomplish that goal. Graham Rahal knows that the second half of this race, you want to be floating around.
Hey, man, I'm doing great. We're getting ready to stop the stream here soon. I'm going to watch the rest of this race on my phone on the way to Charlotte. I promised you guys a stream, so I delivered. My obligations to you are done. I'm very glad Eddie Gossett. Denny Hamlin's glad Eddie Gossett is stepping down. Not really. Sometimes this race gets caution crazy, but in the last couple of years, it's been a lot of racing like this, green flag. The wrecks here are spectacular. Holy shit. Hey, you guys remember a couple of years ago when Brad Keselowski flipped at Indianapolis? You remember that? I was like, holy shit, Brad just flipped at Indianapolis? He hit that inside tire wall, I think, off a 2 or something. 5 laps to halfway. Ryan Hunter-Reay just moved into 4th very quietly. He passed Herta and I didn't even notice it. So remember these words when you're watching this race without me later. Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to win. That's my pick. I couldn't make a pre-race pick, but I like what I see from Ryan Hunter-Reay right now.
I'm going the obvious with the hometown hero.
It's a lot like leading at top. You're vulnerable being the leader because these guys will back up and draft up to you and get these crazy runs. And like I said, when you're leading, you're burning the most gas. But yeah, willpower. Wow. Yeah, Brad Keselowski, sponsored by Discount Tire, hit a tire wall and flipped at Indianapolis. I never thought I'd see a Cup car flip at Indy.
So he's halfway there, halfway through the race. He's right on schedule. He's just got to hang in here and keep working the traffic.
I don't think we've spoken enough about the DHL Honda and Ryan Hunter-Reay, a veteran, the 2014 Indy 500 champion, a series champion. There he is.
Let me take one last look at the weather forecast for this evening at Charlotte, or Concord, which is actually where the track is at. Concord Motor Speedway. Concord NC weather.
Three sons, Ryden, Roxon, and Rhodes, and this is the RHL we've been wanting to see for several years. Let's listen to radio.
Dylan, it's a lovely fucking day in Charlotte, in case you didn't know. Yeah, it's going to be a good night. Nah, if it gets breezy, get one of them big fucking fire suit coats. I tell you what, I went to the fall race in 2009. It was 28 degrees. 28 degrees. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon battled for the win. That was pretty good. All right, y'all, it's lap 99. We're going to go ahead and get the fuck off here because we got to go to another race. So if I feel like it tonight, I'll stream at 1 in the morning. Nobody will be up to see it, but I'll do it anyway just because I might still be. Depending on how the race goes, I could be wide awake. So I'm getting off here. Ryan Hunter-Reay's going to win.